I'm making sure that this is still 10 inches to this point here. This is the last one I can put in as I need to join the fabric. Push that down there like that. That's the one that one goes into, and that will just continue down there for now. I'll fold it like I'm putting another pleat in. Pop this down the center. Pulled it on through and tight. I'm not going to finish it off because I've got this corner to put in and the fabric here. Now for my center. Again, I'm going to pop this one down into here and pull it through just like I did here. Then I can work the side in. I think that's about even. Pull that back because that will go that way and that will go that way. I'll pre-fold it like that. It's slowly folding in. It's just a nightmare. I had a nightmare the other week about fabric, but this is my new one. Pop that down there and just pull it tight through. And now for my middle row. This is where I'm going to be putting the fabric. I have a pile, so I'm making sure that the pile on both pieces goes down. I'm going to start here in the center. I've got a mark here, so I'm going to use this as my mark here and into here. That is where I'm going to be starting from. I need on this side to go up and under, and on this side to go down and under, which means I am going to cut in to within ½ an inch of this on that side and within ½ an inch of there, and also kind of underneath, so I can pop this under here so that reaches to this button. Then this goes over. I've also cut this little piece out and only the top at the moment of that piece. Pop that in there like that. I think I might need to pull this a little bit tighter, but I'll have a look in a minute. Pull the button down really hard into that hole. That should be straight going down here. That will pull over and across. I'm going to stabilize this by putting a button in this hole here, because then I can pull against it for that side. Put that down there and this one in. Then I should be able to move the fabric on this side, holding this one and this one steady. And I'll pull these ones and tie them off. Now the advantage I've got here, I can fold this one down to this. I think that's where I need it. Pop that in there like that. And then I can secure this corner once that's pulled in. What I've done is I've found where this corner is going to go in here. And what should happen is that goes there and this should fold round at this point here. Pop my finger down into the corner here where this joins. This also goes up slightly on this side like that. I might have to pull that in a little bit more here. Cut in another little snippet there so that that lays flat and over to here. I'm going to do this corner in a minute. I'm just going to do one button at a time. So the corners I've cut upside down V's here and here, so that should pull in nicely there and round off as it's pulled in and secured up here. Let me just, that should lie out flat. So now I'm going to push this deep inside this hole for this button. My fabric folded at least there and guide it past the fabric that comes up on the other side. I'm going to pop another button in to hold everything. This one I will secure because I don't want it moving. As I'm pulling it, I'm going to just twist that fabric towards where I want it to go. I will be able to twist it from underneath, but I prefer to have it started before I pull it in too tight. I'm going to work on resetting this button here. I have a point where it's going to go in and fold that back. Now, these two go under like that and into the hole, and then this one twists and goes over. So I've got to be able to twist those ones round there so they'll come out. Fold that fabric underneath like that. Fold this one under there like that, and then come into where the button needs to go. And this is where I get a little bit confused because I haven't done this in so long. Now that piece has to go underneath and this piece has to go under there, which means I have to do a couple of snippets. I think I'm going to go that way to the front of the button, so that will slide under there. That's what happens when you don't do things regularly, you forget. I even looked on YouTube to see if there was any videos on how to do this and I couldn't find any. That has to go across underneath and that has to come out. And it all has to happen under the button, and the button has to go quite deep. I might have to alter the button at the top, hopefully I won't, and then that goes into there. That's that one. So let me ponder this problem, because I don't want to be making any holes where I don't need to. I think what I need to do is come back here, so that will twist and that will fold under. I must have been out for this one lesson in upholstery. Twisting this so it comes back on itself like that, because that's where it has to go. Folding that under, and then I've got to fold this on top. Now, if I make a tab of the piece that's coming underneath, like that, and pop that down into the area that I'm going to be putting the button, and fold that back. Make sure the tab actually goes across where you're going to be putting the button. And then you fold this piece in to 2 places and under. Now this is the awkward piece because this really doesn't want to go under there. I folded that back and I cut in underneath the fold on this side. So that would fold down, that would go under, and then pull down to the next one. I'm going to line this up here. Actually, I'm going to cut a little bit of that off because it's quite bulky otherwise. You don't want it to be too lumpy behind there. Not too much because you do want to roll that over. I'm going to line that one into that hole there so I can see where I'm coming to. That's going in there. I'm going to put my tab across at the bottom first and then fold that in underneath like that. It is really awkward to get everything lined up, and then I want my needle to go through at the end of this corner here. Better put it in the right way, I suppose. Do that one first and then find where the tab goes into, pull it up slightly. If you have to stab it and work it out a couple of times, do so, because it's really not that easy. Fold that in. Keep folding that in and push down. And you really don't want holes in the fabric showing. You want everything up where it needs to be. So I think I might have to aim and go through here as well so that I catch in here. Like that. A little bit on this side, but really far down. You don't want to be too high up. I'm going to pop that in there. Like that, and then in my tab, and see if that all holds in. Pop that under there, like that, across there, fold that up like that. I need more than one set of hands for this project, and then guide it down the centre of the blooming hole. There we go. I might have to rework the top part. So I've pulled this one through. It's not brilliant, but I think it will be okay. It can't look any worse than anything else on here. Now I'm going to do this one over here. Not perfect by any means, but not so bad. Just looks like these ones are a little bit wonky. Trying to get this fabric in, it's so slippery and I have to work with what I'm given. So I'm just going to cut in, make my tab, cut that so that it goes over the top of the hole on either side, and then there's the tab that goes right at the bottom. As I go through with the needle, I have to catch that. You don't want a small thing, you want something that's gonna hold, and that should hold. Cut in like that so that that goes over the fabric and doesn't roll. Push that back under there like that so it's nice and smooth. That goes like that over there. That goes under like that, goes in there. Okay, so all I've got to do is work in where this goes. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to put a little one there and one there so that actually folds a little bit better over the fabric and in. I'm sure somebody will tell me that this was wrong, and maybe they can put a better film out than I can. So this is the last button, and I need this piece of fabric to go under and then straight ahead. So I'm going to cut in here, not too far, so that will fold in the 2 directions I need it to fold in. And then when it's popped down, it should hold, and then I can twist that. That and the first one were the easiest. The ones in between were a little bit more confusing. So that will work like that. So just find where I'm going to pop that. I think it's here. It's a little ways down. The cut is behind, and then find my little tab, which is here, and go in here. So I'm going to pop that down and through, and with luck, that will hold. The button should hide anything if it's a miss. Pull it through like all the others.